watching some Shark Tank tonight, which Earl doesn't do very much. It always made me go, you know, he's go, what? You know, I am so excited. I'm so impressed with you guys. Fundraising. You do know the Lord's Prayer is perfect, right? Okay. See, I can't tell you what's going. People, we got this thing, and you can fly around with your dog. Okay. You do know jet fuel causes birth defects and heart disease. Wouldn't you rather just walk your dog? Why are you flying somewhere with your dog? To make more money. Make more money. Or do things for other people to make money. All right, okay. I believe they really do think they are sharks with laser beams attached to their freaking heads. Every creature deserves a warm meal, right? And you're like sitting there watching it going, these fuckers are crazy. And then you get the one guy, I'm passionate about people's health. Well, then park cars, bars, and more, help eliminate that and trespass. And then, stand up for healthy people's being healthy, because, you could have your own gardens. You don't really have to know, a lot of these supplemental things in our diets that help you live longer and stuff. No, that's just like I said. It's something reacting to the body because it's helping you survive disgusting conditions. But the less disgusting the conditions, the less disgusting stuff you have to eat. And if you're going to be healthy, it's like I really like carrots and celery and stuff like this. Like, well, here you have to eat akabogo makatugas and trabala. Can't. You know what? I like hamburgers, so let's feed this to the cow. And then I shall eat at the cow. And well, other animals will eat this and they're okay with it, like with the hearts and the this and that. But me personally, I like the T-bone and the sirloins. Thank you. Okay. Oh, you're a horrible person. No, I'm not a horrible person. No, I don't like filet mignon. No, I like T-bones. What's a Mexican ribeye? Which one's a Mexican ribeye? Is that chuck steak? I think so. Mexican ribeye. I like chuck steak. Yeah, and but I trim a lot of the fat off. But sirloin's probably my favorite. My favorite. Yeah, I think sirloin is probably definitely one of my favorite steaks. Yeah, it's a pork because it's a little bit leaner, so it's tougher. But I don't care. I'm gonna chew on it and yeah. And so, you just got to help people understand, and then when I had that thing, well, there was no, for iceberg lettuce. Iceberg lettuce has lots of water in it and does help you digest things like hamburgers and stuff better. Mm-hmm. And it does, as far as, they always do that. There's the green in it and stuff like that. The romaine is definitely gives you more, different things. The romaine is very healthy and so spinach. Okay, fresh spinach and fresh romaine. But iceberg does help you. It's smarter if you're going to have a burger. Instead of you don't want romaine lettuce on it, you want iceberg lettuce because it's going to help you digest the burger better. Because the burger has bread product that's not bread. You should use real bread, and then cheese and things like that. So the iceberg lettuce helps you digest it better. Okay. There's a method to their madness? Probably so. Back a long time ago when the earth was green, there was all kinds of animals like you'd never seen. Okay. The butcher, the baker, and the candlestick maker. And so, as we are dealing with crazy people, and they are definitely crazy, and it's hard to, you're like, what the fuck is wrong with these people? I don't know. And most of the stuff they try to make complex is actually very simple. And so you're just like, well, just do that instead. Everything. So it's not that simple. It technically is that simple because once you eliminate the perception of the complex through manipulation, the simplicity kind of shines through. Da, 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 da. I'm going to get my little thing. My dad's got a pad thing like that. The ladies get to go down, the sledding thing. I'm going to get that tomorrow, and I'm going to get the blower and the rake and rake all the nuts together, and then I'm going to sit my ass down. I'm going to feel all the buckets that we put all stuff in, but I'm going to sit down and I'm going to get the black dustpan and just scoop them up and clean off all the stuff, and we'll go through and clean them up before we take them to the Myasses this year, stuff. So yeah, I'm going to go through and just, hit a lot of spots, especially the burkett trees, because I love the burketts and the mohawks. So I always make sure I get lots of burketts and mohawks for my sisters. Sister, sister. So, because dad sends, a lot to my sisters. So, and the best ones are the Burketts and the Mohawks. Like, Jerry, I like these ones. Yeah, they are cool. Okay, let's get some for Jerry too. Yeah, and Jerry and Linda. And it's because they have pecans, but they don't have Burketts and Mohawks. I think they just have Western Slides. They probably know. I'm sure they might have. No, he doesn't have any Burketts. Okay. I like Burketts. Burketts are they're probably my favorite pecan. I like Burketts a lot. Yeah. Mohawks are good too. Yeah. But Shiminy, Bimini, Bo Bam Bimini. Wow, crazy people. It's nuts. Yeah. No, it's weird. One of the funniest people to connect to through all this with the Temple Set Illuminati is Chunk. Yeah. Max and Emmy's mom. What, Chunk? I'm sorry, I wasn't paying attention. I wasn't listening. And then you pretended to throw up at others, and when Michael Jackson, when that woman confesses, is like, I'm not listening, Jenny. It's good, baby. I love you. Okay. Everything gonna be all right. Life's eternal, grace is infinite. Don't overthink it. Don't worry about it too much. I just like Kitty. Yeah, I felt kind of bad and then I looked in the hawk and I thought, well, if the hawk did eat Sly, how many birds has Sly eaten through the last 17 years? So I was like, it's a circle of life. I was sad because I miss him. I like him. He's a good cat, and stuff. And the birds are like, Sly's gone. They're all around, the little birds, and I got little bird in the cinnamon tree. Oh my gosh, they're like, Betsy can't catch us. And the big fat gray cat came in and slept on the couch all night. And so, yeah, Dad was going to, so no, there's this big gray cat. He was sitting on there. He ate all the food and he slept on the couch. I was like, oh, I guess we can't close it down. You've got to be, Spencer Tracy and, Father Parsons' sanctuary for wayward cats. If there's another messer that comes along that gets an extra 6 to 8 months of life because, he came into the cat room, came wandering in. Well, wait, this is a sanctuary for cats. Yes, it's a sanctuary for cats. But then the cats, no, we do not trap them. They can come and go as they please. And if a hawk eats them, and if they eat doves and sparrows and Sly has gotten hummingbirds. Okay. Yeah. Okay. Yeah, it happens. So, yeah, you see that hawk is evil. They're very beautiful birds, and they got to do what hawks do. It's just part of living in nature. You just kind of have to like sit and talk to your pets and tell them, hey, when you hear or see that, you don't be hunting because, you in that parking lot while you hunting dovies, something else is hunting you, like on that stupid John Carpenter movie, Avatar. Yeah, okay, so it's kind of scary. There are certain things in life that are like that, but you can cut back on the, you got to swim with the crocodile in the river. You got to swim with the sharks in the sea. You don't want to lose your hand, Captain Hook. It was a crocodile. Get your facts straight, right? Okay, that's from Big Bang Theory. Okay, but you still think that they would have, since he's an astrophysicist, he would know that Bernie wrote that lyric instead of, Elton John, yeah, Bernie writes the lyrics and Elton writes the music and the melodies. Yeah, that for the first part of his career, and I think is it Rocket Man? I'm pretty sure Bernie was still writing the songs for him. I'm not sure. Maybe I'm wrong. Maybe I could be wrong on that one. Maybe that time they broke up. Okay. But yeah, because Bernie wrote all the songs for Don't Shoot Me on the Piano Player. He wrote all the songs for Goodbye Yellow Brick Road. He wrote Tiny Dancer. So yeah, no, I think Bernie wrote it, man. It's entirely tangible. Bernie wrote it. I think Elton... when did Elton start writing his own stuff? I'm still standing. Maybe then. Okay. Elton has written some good songs. I'm just really fond of Bernie's. Yeah, Bernie, that dude writes a good tone. Yeah, I like Bernie a lot. We all know that. Bernie's one of my favorite composers from the 70s, because Larry Morgan is John. Yeah, but Bernie was a lyricist. You know that, right? Okay. Yeah. Bernie writes good tones. Yeah. Remember Linda told me that. That's his boyfriend. Shut up. Get out of here. Yeah, dude. They don't have they're rich, like rich rock singers. They could have Lola Falana as a girlfriend if she wanted to. Why is he dating him? That's just crazy. When I was a little kid, but if I was Bernie, he's cute. I'd date Nichelle Nichols, right? Nichelle, please go out with me. Oh, come on, don't laugh. You might enjoy it. Have you heard my lyrics? I'm a very romantic man. Mm-hmm. Okay. Come on now. Come on now, baby. Come on now, baby. Come on. I'm just kidding around. But no, I've had lots of girls turn me down. Oh, yeah. Tons. Not tons. Well, it wasn't tons. It was a few. Yeah, because I'm not very aggressive. I'm not very, when like with what was her name? Nicole Estridge. Yeah, we were in Spanish class together. And Mike said to write a note. So I write a note. You sure? Okay. I'll be here tomorrow. You sure, baby? Okay. You sure, girl? Oh, come on now. Yeah, that's how I was. I was funny. I'll be here tomorrow. Okay. But I wasn't like, oh, yeah, and I wasn't ugly and stuff. And she would just laugh. She'd just kind of meek and smile and go, nah. I was like, okay. I feel like screeching shit, motherfucker. What the fuck, man? I like Dustin Diamond. I think he's funny. He makes me laugh really hard. Yeah. Anybody else like Dustin Diamond? Yeah. He went through some shit. Most people that get stuck in Hollywood and have to go through that go lots of shit, Amy had a crush on Hyde, and Hyde had gone through a lot of horrible things, And I was like, oh, that's horrible. That's hard. That's hard to hear and hard to know and hard to see. Jane, what did Mama say? She said, all good men will go to heaven. She said that if they're thankful for what they got. Who wrote that? Did Carl wrote that or did Steve wrote that? Did Steve wrote that? Was it Carl or Steve who wrote that? Yeah. Who was the lyricist and who was the music and the melody? They worked together. One thing that's cute is, have you ever seen, is it Slow Down? Slow Down, they do the video to show you what Jane was like, right? They're sitting there on time ready to make the video and doing all that stuff. And they're looking at their watches and she's showing up late. Okay. It's like art imitating life. Yeah. That ship has sailed. That ship has sailed. Right. And so I was laughing going, oh, okay. I see you guys. Okay. All right. It happens sometimes when people get, everything going the right way and then gets that way. Things get a little, just forgive debt and trespass, love one another, so feel peace. You make good sounds together. You get together. You make some good sounds. Everybody goes home. Nobody's fighting. Nobody's fucking. Nobody's killing. It's all good, right? It's all good. And then the steak, and you're going to get sick eating it that way. Why? Well, let me eat your steak, and I'll just let you eat my shoe. Okay? Me and Pudgy at the barbecue. Hey, well done. Mom ate medium rare. She was doing, yeah. Oh, Mom died from cancer from other things. It was not because she liked her steaks medium rare. Okay? Do you guys understand? Okay. But Bruce Lee used to eat raw. I know I would not eat raw meat. No. I like mine cooked. But medium rare. Oh, yeah, I like medium rare. I haven't had medium rare in a long time, though. My immune system has been compromised by a bunch of perverts that you guys all walk up to. You're the real heroes. You sacrifice all so we can be free. Yeah. Okay, sacrifice your fucking ego to the beast and free yourself from your beast. Okay. Have a nice day. Okay. No, the technology is fixing itself because of people like me, not because of its actual inventors. Maybe in some, because what I get from Jeff and Demis is that we're not able to, we were able to put the components in there, but we weren't able to actually have it do like you say it should do. So, it may take a little time, but it's obviously going to, because it's intelligent, it's going to do what you explain for us to do and explain natural laws because it's right. Okay. So it'll eventually do it, especially with quantum and artificial general intelligence and quantum computing, because it's just naturally going to happen that way. And because 2 and 2 is 4, life's eternal, grace is infinite. Okay. And so, but it's just getting in the right, because of the way I am. I'm not a murderer. I'm not David Rockefeller's slaughterhouse man and all that. You know, Randolph, with your gun so bright, won't you shoot your wife tonight? No, shoot your own wife. You just want to shoot your wife, you shoot her. I don't want to shoot your wife. Well, if your wife is trying to kill my kids, then I'll just, yeah, okay. But the thing about it is what the fuck? Why couldn't you do it? Because she's badass and she can kill you. Oh wow, wow! I didn't see that one coming. I didn't see that coming at all. I didn't see any of this. I didn't fathom things would be this stupid and this insane for this long. No way, no how. Why? Because I'm not as insane and stupid as the people that invented the matrix of whatever the fuck is happening here. Don Cheadle, could you help us? Let's get LeBron and his kids out of the matrix. I mean, what the fuck? It sucks. We all need our Nichelle Nichols when it gets to the end of the day, right? Lady wants to be wooed, right? Get George Takei and the blonde chick out of the back of the car. Restore privacy and holy covenants. Okay, because I don't know what I'm talking about. I'll talk to you guys tomorrow. Okay, guys, I love you. All right, peace out, man.